Hello, welcome to my first listen of the Nine Inch Noise album. Curious if anyone else here was able to wait or not. I'm sorry I'm late. I was looking for my phone so I could change the lights to red and I just can't find it. So fuck it. Anyway, I'm sure it's somewhere. Just pretend they're red. Just pretend they're red. Although they do match the flowers. So I mean that's kind of cool. My garden. Oh my god. All right. So yes, apparently it dropped kind of like last night, kind of because of time zones. I don't know. So some of you may have already listened to it or listened to it this morning, or you're in a different part of the world, what have you. But we are going to go through the whole thing, and I haven't even looked at the track listing, though I can kind of guess what it is. I saw the Peel It Back. This is reverberating for my voice. That's so funny. I, went to both Peel It Back legs of the tour, and also I watched half of the Coachella performance. I was lying in bed waiting for it to start and then got completely distracted by something else and suddenly was like, oh shit! So I missed the first whole half of it, but I just found out that it's a 2-weekend thing and they do the same performance again, so I'll have a second chance because it was crazy amazing. Crazy amazing. The production values were off the charts, and I loved Mary Queen being there and the dancers and the post-apocalypse. I mean, it looked like they were on like a spaceship that had crashed or something. It felt very Burning Man, to be honest. Anyway, but it sounded amazing too. So I'm guessing it's going to be all the songs from that they played at Coachella, the remixes, and then all the songs from Peel It Back. If there's anything extra, I'll be very excited, but I'm not expecting that. So let us pull it up and see. Okay. Here we go. Oh my God, there's an intro. Okay, so I don't know what that sounds like. Okay, yep. Alrighty, you guys ready? Oh, I guess I should. I don't know if I'm going to need to play my... Well, actually, I probably will need to play the piano because from my knowledge of the remixes at Peel It Back and my, one-time listening at the Coachella performance, there are definitely changes to the harmony, a little bit more simplified. So it might be interesting to kind of, look at that a little bit. So let's do it. All right, we're all hooked up, linked up. I don't know what I was trying to say. Okay. Luscious Roku. Every single track on this album is beyond amazing with all the exclamation points. Awesome. All right. You ready? I'll probably do a stretch break / dance break because, it's going to be very dancey. Okay, starting with intro. Oh. It's getting faster. It is. They do this at Peel It Back. They did do this at Peel It Back because it goes into Vessel, right? Or was it? I think so. It's supposed to be a recording. vocals.
I let you pump it through my veins.
It's not like the original ones from Year Zero.
I let you take me from within. They tell us what we can and cannot do. Same thing we've heard 100 times before.
Nice.
When I put you inside of me, none of that matters anymore. My God, can it go any faster? Oh my God, I don't think I can last here. My God, can it go any faster? Oh my God, I don't think I can last here. I am you and you are me. We will never be alone. I have finally found my place in everything, yeah. I have finally found my home. You can't leave all the past behind. I can't see through the whole facade. I am becoming something else. Yeah. I am turning to God.
Wow.
Can it go any faster? Oh my God, I don't think I can last here. My God, can it go any faster? Oh my God, come on, I don't think I can. I don't think I can. My God, can it go any faster? Oh my God, yeah, I don't think I can last here. Can it go any faster?
Okay, interesting.
I don't think I can last here.
This is almost like erasing the original version for me. I'm like trying to remember it. Okay. Okay. Oh my God. I hope I don't forget everything I wanted to say. One, it sounds like this version, Trent is singing a little more melodically, or at least it's just more on, there's fewer Trents layered on top of each other, which makes sense, you know, because this is obviously like a live version. Even if this is a studio recorded version of the live version, it was arranged for live. So there's not like, you know, layers and layers and layers and layers of him on top of each other. Because in the chorus of the original, it's very noisy. It's like, oh, you know, there's no notes really in the chorus, but in this one, he actually starts singing, especially as it goes on. I don't think I can last here, and he's doing that very iconic sort of Trent Reznor resolution onto the major third that he just is so drawn towards, which we love. Hi, Milo. So I really like that. It kind of closes it up a little bit for me and makes it feel more contained and more easily connected to, you know, to have the actual notes. Like, last year. Because then there's all those like emotions that come along with pitch. It's a little different though than that sort of the way that his original vocal would sort of mimic the kind of feeling of the synths. So that's kind of closing up a little. And then, you know, the drums are completely replaced, as far as I can tell, by Boys Noise production. And if I remember correctly, the original one has this kind of halting feeling because I think there's not a kick on every beat. I think it's syncopated. I think it's like ka, 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 ka. I hope I'm remembering it right. So this one is 4 on the floor, and that just completely changes the vibe. Right, and then it interacts with the syncopation, more heavily in a way because now the drums aren't syncopated. And lots of details in the transitions, lots of little moments of, which is actually kind of Year Zero-esque. There would be like little moments where things would kind of glitch out, or there'd be suddenly a weird reverb on something. So there's a lot of that, which felt also kind of to me more like dance music production related, of trying to keep you interested with little novel effects and noises and things, production of the voice, so there's that part where everything, and also silence. So there's that part where everything cuts out and it's just Trent saying something, and the effect was like this, right? Suddenly, so there's a lot of contrast, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And these little reverse reverb things and glitchy, and I don't know. Those are all very exciting. I love those details in dance music. And then also the effect on his voice, his vocal production in general is different. In the original, if I remember correctly, it's kind of just, at least in the verse, it's more kind of typical dry production. It just, maybe there's a little bit of verb on it, but it's mostly just Trent, just this one though feels like there's maybe saturation and distortion even on his voice, so that he sounds more, I think, terrifying. And he's there's a lot of texture. Also, his voice might be slightly a little deeper. He's older now. Maybe. I don't think his voice has really changed a lot in the past 20 years or something. Definitely you can hear differences from when he was in his 20s. But still there's just a little bit more aggression, I think, maybe even in the way he's performing it. And he went really low in this one. Something da da da. And it almost sounded like an actual G way down below. So I noticed that. They kept in the sort of drunken kind of bell sounds, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. So that's kind of nice. I like that feeling from the original. So that was there. And of course the main synth feels just a little upgraded. The right from the original, it's still there. It's just got a little bit of the boys noise, width, and more grit. It's a little bit more badass now. It's just huge. And, but that main theme is still intact. The tempo sounds the same to me. But yeah, this one's, it's both more aggressive and a little bit more at the same time because of the 4 on the floor. Yeah. So a little bit more dancey. I know I'm going to forget. Oh yeah. There was this part, which I'm not sure is in the original. I'll have to go back. But there was this lick that went, it sounded like a guitar with distortion, and it could have been a synth. I never really know with Nine Inch Nails, honestly, but it was like that. I don't know if I remember that, but it could be there in the original, and I just, missed it. That does happen. He's so layered in his production, so it's always fun to be oh my God, I've never heard that before. I'm still hearing new things, by the way. In the Downward Spiral, which I dissected to the nth degree, and I still, although I didn't have a stem splitter at the time, so maybe that's part of it, but there's just so much there. Anyway, what else? I think that's probably the basics of my assessment of that one. The live, the crowd sounds, it's interesting. I kind of like it. I'm also kind of distracted by it. Part of me wishes it weren't there, but it does also kind of make you feel oh yeah, this really happened, you know, and the way they transitioned from what I think was the intro from an actual Nine Inch Nails show to the beginning of Vessel from an actual Nine Inch Nails show into probably a studio version or some combination, I don't know, but was right on the downbeat of when the drums came in. So that way there's this clear differentiation between the intro of the song and then, you know, which happens in a lot of music. There'll be sort of like a filter on the intro, so there's no bass or no treble. It sounds like it's through a radio or vice versa or something. And then when the song like kicks in, everything clears up. So that's like something that we hear anyway. So I thought that worked really well. I'm curious to see what happens next. I'm just gonna keep playing into She's Gone Away. And I gotta just admit, I'm not that familiar with this song. I'm thinking it must be from either the trilogy, which I have listened to, but not to the depth of the other albums, or maybe it's like a single that, you know, is unattached to something, and I don't know, so I'm gonna look it up. Okay, yeah, it's from Not the Actual Events. There's like 2 songs on Not the Actual Events that I would just repeat over and over again, and I think I kind of like wasn't really paying much attention to the other one, so bat. All right. Actually has a lot in common with Vessel.
I can't remember what she came here for. I can't remember much of anything.
And he's pulling out all the dance music tricks, all these filters and drop. Wait a second. That sounds like Mara Queen. But they just did this.
She's gone, she's gone, she's gone away.
I mean, I guess they could have been in the studio. How did they manage to do all of this? A tour for like 2 years and then 6 children and... If we want, we can compare the vocals to the actual Coachella performance to these and see if they're exactly the same.
Keep on licking while the skin turns black. Cut along the legs, but you can't get the feeling back.
Ooh. Nice. Fake out. Oh, yeah. I hear an acid bass line, do I? Maybe? Yes. I like this up-tempo part. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I don't know that song very well. I really, really don't. That's crazy. I guess it's not that crazy, but it feels crazy. Um, that song is actually like compositionally so similar to Vessel. I mean, I guess in the vocal. Um, I am typically less enamored or like drawn to the Nine Inch Nails songs where Trent is kind of like talking. Not like an, only where he's talking or like little, or like the background, not the background. Dear World. I love this talking there. I guess I mean like the like does something, like it just doesn't. So there's very similar, just sort of talking on the beat on Vessel and She's Gone Away. So it's interesting hearing them back to back because it's kind of like they feel very samey. But I like it when it goes up tempo. Yeah, I don't know. I don't love that one. I'm not saying it's bad or anything. I just I don't feel like I want to listen to it anymore, But I like the up tempo. I think that was an interesting feeling because the She's Gone she is fairly slow, and to feel the pulsating boom, 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 contrasting the like kind of slower vocals. I think that's a cool feeling. And yeah, lots of little dance music tricks again. A lot of like filter, it has qualities of like, oh, I can imagine a DJ, doing stuff live to this, filtering, doing that like flangery part. And then, with one knob, and then he's like, okay, I'm going to filter out the bass frequency. And then I'm going to drop the beat, so it's got all of those kinds of hit points, I would say, of DJing. And then, but wow, how good does Mariqueen and Trent sound in parallel octaves like that? Doing the melody. She's up here, she's gone. She's gone. That's a good combo. Yes, I have listened to How to Destroy Angels. In fact, I have a Welcome Oblivion listening party replay. I'm pretty sure it's on Patreon. And I keep wanting to make this cute little video about the first time I heard How to Destroy Angels because I didn't know who that was. So I just was listening and I was like, God, this sounds exactly like if Nine Inch Nails had a female singer. This is wow. And anyway, but I'm not sure I remember a lot of that happening in How to Destroy Angels, but I need to go back and see if they do a lot of those like parallel octave things. Okay. Next is Heresy. So I did catch like half of Heresy when I logged into the Coachella live stream late. And I remember hearing that they kept the backing vocals from the original. And then, but I think the downward spiral theme is missing. I predict I'm going to feel sad about that because without that, the melody is not interesting. God is dead and no one cares. It's pretty much the same note. See you there. It's the relationship between the that gives it a story to me. So I think I'm going to miss that, but I'm interested to see what they do because I think in listening to a lot of the remixes or like interpolations that they've started to do in live shows in the last 20 years, the interpolation of Sanctified, they took out all the harmony. They kind of replaced them with riffs. And I'm such a harmony junkie that that's not my favorite direction to go. So just preempting. We'll see how I feel about this. Whoa. This feels very 80s to me. No?
He flexed his muscles to keep his flock of sheep in line. He made a virus that would kill off all the swine. His perfect kingdom of killing, suffering, and pain. Dealman's devotion, atrocities done in his name. God is dead, and no one cares. If there is a hell, I'll see you there. Your God is dead, and no one cares. If there is a hell, I'll see you there.
Oh. Don't let me forget to talk about this. Will you die for this?
God is dead, and no one cares. If there is a hell, I'll see you there.
Okay, that kick drum. Like a rave kick. I feel like it's a specific kick. It's very tonal. Um, um. Gabber? Okay. I predicted correctly. I really missed the downward spiral theme. Oh well. My overall feeling about this one is it makes a very intense, emotionally intense song much more danceable. You know, like a kind of like a party around God is Dead, as opposed to the anguish of that and the anger of that. And if you don't know already, The Downward Spiral is my favorite Nine Inch Nails album. So of course I'm pretty attached to so many things in the way those songs are put together. I don't hate it, but it just feels like they took out so much of what I love about it. They did keep, like I said, the vocal, the creepy like stuff that they put, you know, in the like the right channel, the 10 man's devotion, you know, the creepy trance that they have all around. They kept at least one of them, and they also kept the harmony. I don't think it could have, it didn't sound like Mary Queen, but who knows? I don't know, but it sounded like the original to me of the harmony. So he has the God is dead, and then he adds a God is dead, no one cares. So that one's, I could still hear that one. And then yeah, this kick, people are saying gabber. I've never heard that term before, so I don't know if that's I'm guessing that's a genre or something. But yeah, that, I feel like I had some rave CDs that had a lot of tracks with that kind of very specific kind of kick sample. And so that felt very nostalgic to me. The rest felt very 80s, which, you know, is not like my favorite aesthetic. But I wanted to talk about the "Will you die for this?" So when I was listening to Heresy when I was a teenager, I didn't hear that part. I was really focused on the strangeness of the production there. The and the like, I just didn't hear the vocal really. I mean, maybe subliminally, but it wasn't like something I was singing along to. And then when I analyzed the song, I was, I didn't have multi-tracks, but I had the surround sound, the 5.1 tracks. And that one was clearly isolated because it's like, I think panned hard somewhere. And I was like, what the fuck? That was there this whole time. So I do really appreciate in this version them like bringing that out so explicitly, because it's a really cool melody and it's such a great lyric. And it sounds like both Trent and Mary Queen singing in octaves with that one again. So that's nice. Yes, it is in the original. Yeah. It's just one Trent in the original. And again, I think it's like very intentionally buried. But once you hear it, then you can kind of listen for it. And yeah. Crazy. But yeah, I mean, that would be so fun to dance to, at a live show, for sure. That'd be so fun. All right, next is Parasite, which they played on Peel It Back, and I was there with my mom. And of course, we couldn't really talk. It was so loud. We were like yelling at each other. I was like, I don't recognize this. And it was such a weird experience because I was like, how could I not recognize, a Nine Inch Nails song in a live performance? I was like, this can't be happening. And then I looked it up later and I was like, oh, Parasite, it's How to Destroy Angels, which I'd heard, but probably like once or twice in my entire life. It was cool live though, but I'm looking forward to hearing something a little bit clearer. Live shows, the sound can be, not the clearest. And especially for the one I took my mom to, it was so bass heavy where we were. And I was kind of like, man, she's like missing out on so many details. Huge racks of these huge subwoofers right in front of us. Anyway, let's listen. You know what this almost sounds like is what's that line from? Nice. There's a tritone in that line, which just feels very trendy. Offbeat hi-hats. Generation is Alex, right? Both from Boys Noise from. I feel like if I had to guess, I would say he's maybe a Gen X. I feel like there's so much like 80s, 90s influence on this stuff. It doesn't sound modern. I think that's Gen X. 82. Or elder millennial, yeah, maybe. synth is so good. Zennial. Polyrhythm. The Parasite is very cool. Feels like a sample of something I would have heard in all the like psychedelic trance CDs I had. Oh, whoa. Okay. This is a banger. I don't know the original very well at all, so I cannot do a comparison. All I can say is I love this. If I'm not mistaken, this feels familiar, like Tetsuo the Bullet Man theme related. But I think it's Lydian. Maybe, hang on. Okay, well, that's a Lydian note, but yeah, it is. Okay. Meanwhile, the bass is doing all sorts of. Oh, that's probably why how that note got in the bass, because it's in this theme. Interestingly enough, this is a scale called Lydian Dominant, or the acoustic scale. It's like to me, it's like my next frontier. Like I can't wait to sort of like explore it myself. But it is something that I would think that Trent Reznor would be obsessed with, but there's so few of his tracks that explore it at all, and I'm like almost waiting for the day when he finds it, like and goes there deeply, because I think it would be amazing. Like it's made for him. I just think. Listen. Everything. It's just so there. Anyway, so this is a moment. Another song that has a Lydian moment is Copy of It, which is the next one in the melody. I am just a copy of everything. So that's cool. What else do I need to say about this one? Also, this melody, what was it? It was like something like that. That's, again, such a path that Trent likes to take. Those particular note choices and the descending line, you get such a great tension and release in that same major third kind of way. Yeah. Yeah, I think what I like about this theme is that it keeps settling on the most dissonant note, which is, I think, something he's so much more comfortable doing than a lot of us are. It's not that we're like incapable of doing it as composers, but it's like not natural, and so we don't even think to do that. That's just sort of I'm just kind of thinking aloud, but internally feeling discomfort, not knowing maybe that's what's driving us to resolve it. But he just goes, resolve dissonant, resolve dissonant, resolve dissonant. You see, he's reversing the tendencies that most of us have. I think that's so cool. Okay, let's listen to Copy of which is already a banger. So I'm curious how they bangify it even more. Let's see. All right, so we don't have the thing in 5. I wouldn't think so. That would be too similar. That little da-da-da-da, is it like a triangle?
I am just a copy of a copy of a copy. Everything I say has come before.
Oh, he sounds good.
Assembled into something, into something, into something. I don't know for certain anymore.
I kind of like this more ambient beginning without the... You know what? Those triangles are in the original. Yeah.
I am just a shadow of a shadow of a shadow.
I hear a polyrhythm of some kind.
Always trying to catch up with myself.
Because the polyrhythm is such a big part of the
I am
song.
just an echo of an echo of an echo. Listening to someone's cry for help. Look what you
Oh my God, they
had
brought it
to
back.
start. Why all the change of heart? You need to play your part.
They kept the chords.
Copy of a copy of I. But look what you've gone and done.
Oh my God,
That
there's like a
doesn't
legit
sound
like
fun.
drum
You're
fill.
not the only
Like a dance
one.
drum fill. Oh my God.
Copy of a copy of a.
There's that bending pitch in the guitar in the original.
I am little pieces. Pieces that were picked up on the way. Printed with a purpose.
Like I have to stretch / dance.
Now look what you had to start. Why all the change of heart? You need to play your part. A copy of a copy of a. Look what you've gone and done. Well, that doesn't sound like fun. Yeah, I'm not the only one. A copy of a copy of a.
Okay, so one thing they kept that I'm super glad about is the harmony for the verse, because that's the best. Okay, so look what you because that just does it all. So they kept that. That's just good. But you know what they really played up was the transitions. You know, like in the original, there is this buildup of energy for the copy of a, right? And then that leads into the interlude and then to the next verse. But here they just like did it even harder. It's just like way more intense. You know, he's singing it so intense. I mean, he is always in the original, but there's a lot of production just to make it feel even punchier and more elevated for that. So I felt more excited than usual when he started singing copy of a, I was like, you know, and honoring the original with a polyrhythm, the wow, 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 kind of whoosh, 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 different polyrhythm, but still it has that feeling of these things are linked, but not. And then there was a change in the structure for sure. Like there was a buildup that would normally, I think, have resulted in the verse that sort of just went into like an instrumental break for a while. So there's just some of that like remix feeling for sure, and just changing the structure. Playing around with his voice a lot, you know, again, stuttering and glitching and putting selective reverb on like a syllable or two, give you that feeling of contrast. He also sings copy, 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 copy. I think he did that. I think he did that Peel It Back. But I liked how it sounded here, especially because of the delay and effects they put on his voice, so that the copies, the delayed copies, which are basically copies, get copied over the copies. So just like copy, 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 you know, just like copying over itself over and over. How many times have I said copy in this live stream? Copy, 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 copy. It's a fun word to say, honestly. Copy, copy. That's a fun word. And then they also honored the guitar that goes bang, 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 you know, a little interlude with a synth that kind of does. At least that's how I interpreted it. It felt similar. Let's see. Drums. You know, I was not paying as much attention to the drums here as I should have. They're definitely different. Just the sample choices themselves are more dancey, I would say, than the originals. But it still had, the original's already very dance oriented, you know. Oh yeah, the intro. Well, the whole first part of the song in the original, you get the and then the drums come right in. So the whole song is just pulsating. This time they went for a much more suspenseful ambient approach, which I have to say I really liked because of the beauty of this. What was it? Oh my God. You know what's fun about this song is that the first verse and second verse have different melodies. He does that sometimes. First time it's, I am just a copy of a copy of a copy. And that Lydian sound, everything I say has come before, which is just so beautiful, right? So you get a little bit more of the harmony showcased. And then the second verse, and the third one, is there a third one? There might not be a third one, actually. Now I'm realizing it. It's just... What was I just singing before this, though? Oh, and then there's a harmony on it. I am just an echo. I am just... Okay, anyway. Sorry, I'm getting too into the weeds here. Yeah, nice. Very good. Okay, next is Closer, which I'm pretty sure this is the version from Peel It Back. Yep. Another little... There, the stutter. Kind of ballsy to remix Closer, isn't it? I mean,
You let me violate you. You let me desecrate you. You let me penetrate you. You let me complicate you. I broke apart my insides. I've got no soul to sell. The only thing that works for me, help me get away from myself. I wanna fuck you like an animal. I wanna feel you from the inside. I wanna fuck you like an animal. My whole existence is flawed. You get me closer to God. You can have my isolation. You can have the hate that it brings. You can have my absence of faith. You can have my everything.
change there.
You tell them
Totally different.
it's your sex I can smell. You make me perfect.
Yeah.
Help me become somebody else. I wanna fuck you like an animal. I wanna feel you from the inside. I wanna fuck you like an animal. My whole existence is flawed. You get me closer to God.
Oh. I accidentally skipped Me I'm Not.
Through every
Sorry.
forest, above the
They
tree,
remixed Me I'm Not? Oh, right, they did.
within my stomach, scraped off my knee. I drink the honey inside your heart. You are the reason I stay alive. I stay alive.
Okay. I think it's ballsy to remix your, arguably your most popular song. So that's kind of cool. Very faithful. They didn't stray very far. Almost to the point where I feel like I'm not sure I understand why they did it. This is kind of where I'm at right now. I might change my mind later. They changed the kick, which is one of the best parts of it. They kept the snare, which is good. That big, fat, white. If you look at the waveform, it's just like silence and then full block of noise, and then it's gone. They kept the hi-hat too, the sizzly, that kind of electro hi-hat. Completely replaced the rock drums in the chorus with drums that I feel like just don't really hit very hard. It kind of is a little bit of a letdown feeling for me. They kept the kind of in the background, which is kind of the harmony driver in the chorus. And on top of it, sort of dominated it with this dum, 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 which I don't love. I think it's a cool way of honoring the original harmony, but I just don't like the sound that they landed on. And then nice that they kept the bridge very, very minimal. The bridge is one of the most incredible parts of that song from the original. They started doing an interpolation of The Only Time, right, during live performances. It's been a long time since they haven't done that, done the original. It's been a long time since they have done the original bridge. And I had a little bit of a mourning moment for that because I love that part so much. So here kind of, choosing a very, very breakdown feeling, like the energy just kind of fizzled out and it's like percolating so that, it hits harder. I think so in As Alive as You Need Me to Be and Shadow Over Me, the dance music, conventions, let's put it that way, for building energy and dropping the beat and signaling transitions to the dancer, really worked for me. I was like, hell yeah. They feel a little gimmicky in Closer. Like it doesn't need a it doesn't work as well, I feel. So I guess this is just a litany of my criticisms. I don't love it. I think I liked hearing Trent doing some different things with his vocals. I'm trying to remember now exactly what it was. It was sort of a instead of going tear down my reason, it was like tear down my reason or something like that. That I love that stuff when the vocalists will do a little changes live. They'll keep the things that you can't live without, but they'll riff a little bit on other things. So that sounded great. But yeah, I don't know. I think hearing it live, it was more exciting. I think sitting here and listening to it as a recording just doesn't, hit me. I also heard very softly the Roxy music sample that's reversed. I think it's the first part of the song. I can't remember what the song's called now. I'm sorry. It's probably my video. But they reversed this first part of this Roxy music song. And that's the it's the beautiful web that's happening behind the not the mellotron, the warbly piano at the end with the downward spiral theme. So I heard that a couple times. That was in there. So I thought it was really nice. But then replacing the warbly piano, which is so iconic, with this kind of, I just find that sound, I don't find that interesting at all. It doesn't have any depth or emotion whatsoever. So I don't know. Not my favorite. Maybe I'll warm up to it, but I also don't really feel like I want to hear it again. It's I'd rather just listen to the original. There's not enough in this one that makes me want to hear it again. Okay, so maybe my least favorite. I don't know. All right, let's go back to Me I'm Not. I'm so sorry. I accidentally skipped it. Me I'm Not is one of my favorite tracks from Year Zero. the drums and the creeping guitar. Actually, it's not guitar. It's a synth. What, maybe? Anyway, I love Me, I'm Not. I'm curious to see what this is like. I definitely remember hearing it at Peel It Back, but I don't remember the specifics of it. So... Actually, I don't think I heard this. Wait, did I? I don't remember. Okay, I'm gonna look it up.
And it's happening. Never planned on this. You got something I need. Kind of dangerous.
No, I didn't hear it.
Losing control. I'm not used to this. What you want from me? I'm not used to this. I can't shut it off. This thing I've begun, and it's hard to tell just where it's coming from, and it's hard to see
Beautiful.
what I'm capable of, and it's hard to believe just what I've become.
Nice.
Can we stop? Me, I'm not
I mean, I respect the boldness, I have to
Can we
say.
stop?
Take some risks. It's good.
I'm not hey. Can we stop? Me, I'm not hey. Can we stop? Me, I'm not. I can swallow it down. Keep it all inside. I define myself by how well I hide. I feel it coming apart.
Woo!
At least I tried. I can win this war by knowing not to fight. If I take it all back, some way, somehow. If I knew back then what I know right now. Hey, can we stop? Me, I'm not. Can we stop? Me, I'm not. Hey, can we stop? Me, I'm not. Can we stop? Me, I'm not.
That's from the original. That's cool. Hey! I thought they could have affected it so much more though. This is nice. Little detuned. That must have been amazing live. Hey. Okay, I mean, maybe I should have expected that they were going to go double time with it, because that is a really slow song. Though that's my favorite thing about it. So, but I don't know. This one, I like this one better than the closer one. I think the production is maybe my favorite part of that song. Now I think about it. This is another one of the Nine Inch Nails tracks that's a little bit less melodic. In fact, I'm not sure there are any vocal melodies in this one. I think it's all talking. And I don't dislike talking in music or like, non-tonal vocal parts, but the rhythm has to make up for the lack of the narrative that way, and I'm not like a huge lyrics person. That's not the first place my brain goes. And so I can't always latch onto that. I have to create meaning other ways. And so, the halting rhythms of Me I'm Not are pretty interesting. Especially in the chorus, like that's really quite interesting. But they kept a lot of things about it, but I also feel like this one took so many more risks than Closer did. So, going double time on a song that's a really slow, trudgy song is kind of risky. You're completely changing the energy. And then they replaced again, I don't know if it's a synth or guitar, but it's that line, so Trenty, with a synth. So that was still there to give you that, feeling. Also, yeah, maybe ravey. I mean, this is a little bit more of a rave tempo. I mean, that's pretty. No, maybe not. Maybe that's actually not as fast as I think. It's probably just faster than all the other ones so far. Yeah, I mean, I dance to it live, but I like the slow. I like the. It's not trip hop, but it's heading in that direction. Those slower grooves. Maybe it is. I don't know. And the bass in the original is so amazing. What did they do for the bass here? I kind of almost can't remember. I mean, it's fairly faithful. It's just maybe I wonder where that low end is really coming from in the original. But like that synth, the way it's talking, that's very. And even this drum groove, I mean, I thought maybe they were going to keep going with that the whole time, honestly, because, it's sort of just new drum tones, but pretty much the same groove. And, but, I guess I'm glad that they, though, went somewhere else and took a risk with it. Okay, next is The Warning. There's a lot of Year Zero. Maybe it just lends itself well to being remixed. Isn't that the album where he put out all the stems? I think it was, right? I wasn't paying attention when that actually happened, but I've learned since. Whoa.
Some say it was a warning.
Wow.
Some say it was a sign. I was standing right there when it came down from the sky. The way it spoke to us, you felt it from inside.
I hear the guitar. Bass.
Said it was up to us.
Bass or guitar?
Up to us.
Probably bass. I just realized that.
You've become a virus that's killing off its host. We've been watching you with all our eyes, which seem to value most. So much attention.
Oh man, that was amazing with the falsetto.
So we used to say,
I have to go back and listen to that later. A minute, 20 seconds.
well, your greed, self-importance, and your arrogance, piss it all away. We heard a cry.
Give it to me.
Chicken away.
Oh, okay.
Chicken away. Chicken away.
Damn. Okay, I don't think I was expecting the double time. I should have. I should have always been expecting it. Okay. So this one, the original, has a very glitchy drum groove. Oh, please don't like cut that out and sample it. Oh, everything on the internet is forever. Be careful what you do. Oh. Anyway, so yeah, very different take on things here. And but they did keep the guitar. So I don't know, maybe it's a bass or just a guitar playing low at first, the boom 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 boom. But then later it goes up and up. So that's nice. That's such a great riff. It's and this one also has a lot of talking. Interesting. Just saying. And I don't know if I'm detecting a pattern per se, but maybe. So yeah. But there were some really cool. Oh yeah, 1 minute 20 seconds. I gotta go back to that. I gotta go back because he did something with his falsetto that I loved.
So we used to say.
Okay, it must have been before that. I missed it.
So potential.
That was a good production choice. So Trent, that's hard thing, by the way, what he's singing. So much potential. That's a seventh, minor seventh. Hard to sing. Octaves are easier, even though they're bigger, because it's the same note, but you have to basically leap off a cliff and land on a dissonant note. So also, he sounds amazing. And then they put this, I don't know, what is that? It's almost like a delay that feels sort of reversed, but not. But it comes in. It's like a little ghost. I gotta hear it again.
What you seem to value most. So potential.
Ha! Oh, I love that so much. That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, 4 on the floor, baby. I mean, it's.
So we used to say.
Oh yeah, also the side chaining. So there's definitely that feeling of like the swelling on the offbeats, which just makes it groove harder. The build up to this double time section was super exciting, I have to say. That felt like this is the moment where you use those tools to because it just like, because then you're anticipating, you're like, oh my God, what is on the other side of this? What is it gonna be? And you might even imagine what it is, and then it's not that. I thought it might stay halftime and just get even more nasty. But instead we got kind of like a race, like a racing at 2 a.m. kind of feeling, this sort of just like, I've never done anything like that before, but I imagine that would be fun to listen to. Oh man. And taking the lick and giving it to synths and, definitely passing it around. Here you go. You can have that and you can have it. All right. Memorabilia. Okay, so maybe this is where I tuned in. I feel like the order is different. This is different than the order I saw in Coachella because I caught some of Heresy and Memorabilia. Came back on it as live as you need, but not any of this other stuff. So anyway, I tuned in. I saw that Memorabilia performance on a Coachella on the recording. I wasn't there. And I immediately was like, I don't know what the song is, but it's not a Nine Inch Nails song. It doesn't sound like something he would write. And for some reason, that's always exciting to me because it just affirms that he has such a clear style, even though he's done so many different things. You know, his fingerprint is still on everything, from the ambient, stuff in Ghosts to, Broken to super dancey tracks to film scores. You can just tell, Okay, so Memorabilia, let me look it up. You can tell me, of course, but the chat is always delayed. Song. Soft Cell. Oh, right, I did look this up. I forgot. Soft Cell. And I don't know much about Soft Cell except that they did a cover of Tainted Love. And I hadn't heard the original Tainted Love for years and years and years and years. I'm sorry, I'm about to go on a tangent. I can't stop myself. But I could feel it was a cover even when I was a kid because of the baby, baby, where did our love go? That sounds like Motown. Okay. Memorabilia by Soft Cell, 1981. All right. So I have not heard the original as far as I'm aware. So I won't be able to compare it that way, but I'll just analyze what I'm hearing. Sounds like the beginning of your Sophistical. I like the treatment on these drums. Filter. I like the samples. And the...
Everywhere I go, I take a little piece of you. I collect.
Oh, yeah.
I reject. Photographs I took of you. Towns that I pass through. So many faces. So many places. I've got to have a memory. I have never been there. I have never been there. I have never had you. I have never had you. I have never had you.
That's good. That synth sounds 80s though. The rhythm.
Keychains and snowstorms. The taste of your sweat. The look in your eye. I have been inside you. 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 I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like. I have been inside. I collect. I reject. I collect. I reject. I can't remember.
Note.
Give me a reminder. I can't remember. I can't remember. Give me a reminder. I collect. I reject. I collect. I reject.
I really like this.
I reject. I collect.
This getting higher. This is on Closer to God. That's good. That's great. Again, I don't know the original, but that worked. That I think that's fantastic. This one has such a good groove. I mean, it's impossible not to dance to it. It's not just the beat; it's also the way I think where the vocals are interacting. The da 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 da, and also the da 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 da. It's so syncopated. Da 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 da. Memorabilia. Even that memorabilia. And then I think this is great. Was it memorabilia? Memorabilia. That's a good. That's good. That's a good. So digging deep for it, and I mean, maybe it's in the original, I don't know, but it's also a very Trenty note to go to in the bass, and but I just love how low it is. It feels very intense to go down to it, because they could have gone like that, but octaves matter. This whole song is kind of centered around these notes. It's like the first, not the first, it's half of the pentatonic scale, basically. It's different, okay. And then he does change his, the melody for that last part, which I think is the most exciting part. The beat's going, and he goes, I reject, I collect, I reject, I collect, I reject. And then he goes up again. I collect. He goes, I think, up a whole octave, but he's sort of climbing a ladder of the scale. And it's just because you can feel it getting higher and higher. And it's just, and he's singing with more passion and, because he has to push out those notes. Mm-hmm. And also his vocal tone is really great here. He's singing very low. I can't even do it. Maybe if I were sick one day. Memorabilia. But it's pretty low, and he's singing really soft. Low and soft, which sounds really cool. Yeah. There was a synth in there that sounded right out of the 80s. Just the rhythm of that is that's such an 80s rhythm. Something. Yeah. And then, but there are also some samples in the beginning that I'm wondering if are from the original. There was this kind of guitar that was sort of like reversed and shuddering, and it kept looping over and over again. So it would like get louder, and then it would and then there was this squeak sound. I'm not sure what it was originally, but that was also looping with the guitar. So I'm thinking that was a sample from the original, which would be cool. Yeah, this is good. That was a good one. All right, now to Came Back Haunted. Sorry, I'm having an issue with my streaming again where it doesn't play the song. Okay, let me just restart it. I had this happen at the Tool stream, and I clicked on the 10,000 Days Part 2, and it played Harry Manbeck or whatever. I was staring at it. I was like, Mom, you see it. It says it's playing 10,000 Days Part 2, right? She's like, yes, it says it. It was yellow highlighted and had and it was bizarre. It was playing the wrong song. So that just happened again. Let me see if I can. I probably just shouldn't use my streaming software anymore. It's just so handy for albums, But let's see. Okay, fine. Be that way. I mean, unless that's how Came Back Haunted starts, but I doubt that. Sounds like memorabilia to me. All right. Oh. Okay, I'm a doofus.
Is deep and the mouth is wide. Something's on the other side. Made me promise to never tell. Well, you know me, I can't help myself, no. Now I got something you have to see. They put something inside of me. Your smile is red and your eyes are black. I don't think I'll be coming back. I don't believe it. I had to see it. I came back haunted. I came back haunted. I said goodbye. I had to try, but I came back haunted. I came back haunted. Everywhere now reminding me I am not who I used to be.
There's a rhythm there from that Deadmau5 song.
I'm afraid this has just
What was it called? Ghosts?
consequences for what I've done here. I don't believe it. I had to see it.
And
I came back haunted.
Flat 6.
Back haunted. I said goodbye. I had to try, but I came back haunted. I came back.
Wow, that was cool.
I couldn't stop myself, and I came back haunted. I came back haunted. I said goodbye, but you know I had to try, but I came back haunted. Came back.
Okay, before I forget, the was really cool. Very, very cool. The very end right here, there's a syncopation in the vocal. Came back. That's kind of cool. Okay. I don't like this one very much. I'll be honest. I think it kind of, a lot of the things I like about the song are missing. But I do think that the kind of, he basically rewrote the melody. So it's been reharmonized and remelodized. So it's been rewritten essentially, but you can still tell because obviously it's the same lyrics and the same rhythm and generally the same area of harmony. But the original goes flat 6. Da-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na. And then E, F. I came back haunted. So da-na-da, da-na-da. Now the harmony goes, oh, sorry, F. Now he goes, sorry, wrong. Maybe it doesn't actually move at all. Is it? Oh my God, I'm forgetting how it goes. There's definitely something moving. Hang on, I gotta find it. Okay, maybe it's the second chorus where it moves. There we go. Okay, here. Okay, all right. So here's the new chord progression. Okay, so change the melody to very bluesy. I came back haunted. I came back haunted versus da 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 da. Came back haunted. Came back haunted. Yeah, it's an interpolation. So yeah, still recognizable, but different. At least they put a flat 6 chord in there. I bet they did that just for me. But yeah, I just find like the drums kind of uninteresting and without that chord progression at the end, it's also just feels so stagnant. Now, let me just tell you something though. I listen to a lot of dance music, and there aren't always a lot of chords, you know? You can push things forward in other ways. But if the song doesn't really have any harmonic changes, and it's not pushing things forward in those other ways, I think that it's not interesting or emotionally relevant to listen to for me, but dancing to it might be a different story. You know, because you're not just sitting in a little room with your legs crossed with headphones on. You're with other people. Everything's fucking loud. You know, just a kick drum played on a big sound system is enough to make you feel like your blood's pumping. Oh, having said that, my mom was not really into the Boys Noise opening set at the show. She, you know, that was still very boom, boom, but she was just kind of like, this is not very interesting. So anyway, you know, different strokes. Haunted. Yes, he does say haunted. He does say haunted. It's very bluesy, I feel like. Haunted. I don't know. I came back haunted. Maybe he's a little country too. Yeah. Okay. Well, the next one is As Alive as You Needed Me to Be, which, you know, I'm not expecting it to be all that different from what's on the Tron album, but it might have some of those live elements. So let's take a listen. It certainly starts differently. Elson Ray, they are short. You're right. I can feel that. I'm like, it's over so fast. Hey. That was a nice build up. Okay, this is definitely a different version, yeah. We got. I like a good song that slaps me across the face.
The way it makes me feel infection, almost like a tongue on the back of my neck. I never had a choice, connection. Never had a chance to catch my breath. It's eating up the space between us. It's eating up all remaining doubt. It's filling up the hole inside you. It's trying to find a way to let it out. Give me something to believe in. All these hands have got a hold on me. Give me something to believe in.
Mary Queen on this one?
As a love that you
I
need
feel like there's someone else singing with him. That's not him.
Always gonna go this way, there's no turning back. Never any other way, there's no turning back. Everything for a reason.
I like this part.
Everything for a reason. Everything for a reason. Everything for a reason. Give me something to believe in. All these hands have got a hold on me. Give me something to believe in. As a love that you need me to be. I can finally feel.
Nice. No crowd. Interesting. I feel like this would be the perfect time to have the crowd sounds at the very end, right? No? That's kind of a weird. That's kind of weird. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? I thought I was gonna adjust my glasses, but I forgot to. I did contacts today. Yeah, that is a little different than the studio version. His vocal sounds a little different. It's got more reverb on it, so it has that more live show sound for sure. There's a couple other little things. Obviously, in the intro had like a build up to the down. That's not in the original, so that was kind of exciting because you know what's coming. So it's like an intro to the intro, and then the mix is a little different for sure. I don't know that there were a lot of other things that were different. I could be wrong. Maybe there was a drum fill, kind of, that dance like maybe that wasn't in the original. I can't quite remember. But yeah, before I forget, someone said they think it's called Infiltrator, but on the Divergence, I think it's the Divergence album and not the Tron soundtrack itself. I'm could be wrong though, but it's like an instrumental, and it's basically As Alive as You Need Me to Be, kind of without the vocals. I wouldn't say it's like they just turn the vocals off. It's just a lot of the production underneath that song exposed, and it's been in my head for days for some reason. Maybe in anticipation of this, but it's the dun 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 dun. Something about that rhythm and the chromatic walk up, and the beat is so good, and I just can't get it out of my head. So I'm gonna have to go listen to that now. You think it's from the original? Okay, all right. Oh, hi. She's like, I wasn't reaching for you. Don't flatter yourself. That's Infiltrator. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's really good. All right, awesome. Well, I liked some of it. I loved some of it. I didn't like other parts. That's okay. And that's how it goes. But I'm really glad they put this out because, all I've been seeing online is everyone being like, you have to release these remixes. And I was like, they've got to. Why wouldn't they? That would be such a missed opportunity after putting all this work into it to not memorialize it this way. So, yeah, that's very cool. Fun. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for listening with me. And I'd love to know your thoughts. And of course, my thoughts may change over time. That happens. But great. I'm going to go garden now. I'm really excited. Listening to Infiltrator. I'll just start flinging dirt everywhere. It'll be a total mess. Okay, everybody. Thanks so much. I'll see some of you on Sunday at 3 o'clock Central. We're listening to more ambient music, so hope to see you there. Bye.